All right, and we are back again to talk about this past 2 weeks, Toku. We had to miss a week because of some things that happened with me, but it kind of got lucky that it turned out it was a week where we only had the Ultraman recap episode, and then we skipped to the next two episodes of Sentai and Rider, and so we have one episode each to talk about.
Yeah,
So it just
we
kind of
lucked out.
worked out.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Gav, uh, oh man, I love this. I love his dumb outfit. I love the dumb Halloween outfit.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
saw people being like mad that like you grown ass man. I was like, let this man have whimsy.
Yeah. And the other funny thing about this too is that what is it? Like, luckily we could actually talk about this. Being a week where we skipped it. Yeah. The reason why we're having the Halloween episode a week early is because there was no. It was because there was no gap for the actual Halloween week.
Nope. We had a
Yeah.
break in both the Toei properties, which was when we
Yep.
get the Ultraman episode. Uh,
Yep.
Then we get very funny because we see some girls dancing to, I think it's Build Up.
Hmm.
It's one of the Common Rider Build like Common Rider girl songs, so I thought that was cute. Uh, Honestly, the part that comes up next is probably the most uncomfortable part, or maybe not next, is the most uncomfortable part of like this episode to me, which is the like Hanto chasing down a tiny girl
Yeah.
around. I get it; it's supposed to be like a misunderstanding, but I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it's not great. But I mean, like, he is chasing her. Like, we actually do see the whole like a stranger danger alarm in action that
Yes,
we
which
do
is
see kids
which
have.
is which is cute. I don't think I've ever actually seen one of those used.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but I also love seeing Shoma actually go around and like be doing Halloween stuff, like trying to
Yeah.
get like treats, and adults looking at him like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, man?"
Yeah, but I mean, like, the other thing though is that he actually is trying to make people happy, like he said he would, and
Yep.
then what it's also really funny too is because, like, foreshadowing, immediate foreshadowing. It's like the moment they basically like, if there's one thing I love about Chekhov's gun, is that if anything gets zoomed in on, just put a pin on it. Just put a pin on it. And I'm like, oh hey, cool. That's a nice that's a cute little Madeline. Oh wait, why are we talking to this random baker? We'll talk about that
Yeah,
later.
yeah. The baker coming in, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if
Yeah,
that's gonna be relevant later." And then
exactly.
we have him talking to the girl who gives him the info of like, "Hey, there's a kids going missing near this like underpass."
Yeah. Oh man.
Dude, I
But
feel
right
so
before
bad for the
that though,
teacher.
when he gets when he grabs the girl to not go in the street.
Oh my god, yeah, all the Boon Boonger edits for that, like, hey, don't run in the
Yeah,
fucking street.
yeah, it was
T-
so good.
though, to be
Like,
fair, maybe don't
yeah.
be chasing elementary schoolers around.
Yeah, yeah, number one, yeah, don't do that. Number two, like I said, like, so pretty much because of this episode, someone made a template to make your own Boon Boonger like safety PSA.
There's been a lot of good ones. My
Yeah.
favorite other like tokusatsu one is the one where it's like they switch to the safety force format, and it's the fucking driving segment from Don Brothers where she just fucking goes crazy.
Yeah,
Uh,
like there was at least like four different scenes from that I saw from that episode alone that people use for the Boon Boonger edits.
I'm sure there were probably some Kamen Rider Drive ones.
Maybe there might have been a drive one. I didn't see it, but I could not stop laughing because there were so many good memes about
It
this, and
it was a good post. I really liked it.
yeah,
Another thing I do love when Hanto's talking to this girl, where he's like, "Why don't you give up?" And she's like, "It's just a dream. Why don't you give up?" And she's just like, "I could never do that." And that's when he's like, "See, so that's what you should keep doing." I thought that was cute. I thought that was
yeah,
wholesome. When we get the like treats from the like teacher, and they're the same treats we saw earlier, I was like, I see how this is about.
yeah, and like it's very red herringish. It's like you said, okay, no, they're making this too obvious because like one of the things they have been doing, they have been like being really good with is that they'll show who the Granite is beforehand.
Yeah.
But this is the first episode they were trying to like kind of hide it, so it was kind of it was like it was a really good bait and switch because like saying, oh cool, oh hey, well they're making this guy out to be it, but it's like they really threw you off by also showing the Madeline, and yeah, we basically find out that it wasn't the teacher, but
Yeah. And I do love the like, why are you following the kid? It's like, because my students have been going missing there. I'm like, oh, he was just trying to be a good guy.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, but
but
before
also
that, we got to
yeah.
cut to probably the other thing I've been seeing posted on Twitter everywhere. My boy eats a lollipop, and it's like, again, we get like a funny little like taste commercial, and then it's like, okay, time for all of your candy to be immediately stolen on a bike.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man. Like man. Like one of my favorite like jokes online is Creases Jordans.
yeah, especially the one.
And
Especially, I feel like I like the one where you order someone to crease their Jordans.
it's
Like, hey,
okay. So
chat, crease this man's Jordans.
yeah, like I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Honkai Star Rail, and there's a girl Clara who basically has a big robot Svarog to like to basically do things. But like I basically say, Mr. Svarog creases Jordan's creasing or creasing Jordans, and I'm like
Yeah.
I can't stop laughing. But yeah, someone made a post like saying we need a Kamen Rider season where enemies do this shit all the time. They unplug his refrigerator, eat his homework, crease his Jordan, steal his belt when the MC's asleep, etc., etc. Because yeah, like literally, he just gets all his candy stolen by one of the agents on a motorcycle. It
Dude,
is
it
so
was pretty
funny.
funny. Uh,
Yeah,
Cutting
but yeah,
through, you know, hey, look, we got double fight. I also really like that we get the fact that like the candy granite is like, or the candy gochizo is like really heavy on its own.
yeah.
Uh
And then like one of the things that like one of the great things about this, the reason why we've been switching forms so much is that there are weaknesses to every single form,
yeah.
and
To
it's
be
so
fair, it
good.
seems like most of the form's weaknesses this episode is laser.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
mean
like
just
different
heat.
reasons, but it's just really funny that it was like a singular laser could take out like 3/4 of his forms.
Yeah, it was really great. But like, oh man, it's like I need a form. What's super tough and doesn't melt, and then he just he just he you just see the concrete crack.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, this suit. Oh my god.
This suit, again, first of all, the fact that we do get like a physical suit for it, because I think everyone just thought this was going to be all CGI.
Yeah,
And
I
obviously, some of it is CGI.
yeah, like certain moves of it are CGI. But like the moment we saw this episode preview, like last episode, like I told you, I was like, wait, I was screaming over about how it was a physical suit, and I told you about Maximum Gamer and stuff like that.
No, no, no. Yeah,
Like,
you told me, and I know we've talked about it. That's why I was. I'm not saying that this is the first time I'm finding out. I'm just saying it's so cool that it is.
yeah, like I'm so happy that we
I
have
love
a
how
physical suit.
inaccurate the fucking Gatling gun bike is. Like that
Yeah,
thing does not hit a single target for a bit.
yeah.
I
But
also love the little
yeah,
Gochiza factory.
yeah. What's super sick though is the fact that he does use the ATV, the Candy ATV, as a Gatling gun, which
Yeah,
is one of the sickest ways of like it's like so tremendously creative. Like I would have never have thought of like doing something that cool.
yeah. I probably would not have either. I mean, now I will, but before this, no. It's really cool. I love seeing that like their plan has been eroded, and I love that Hanto who had his own fight kind of got his ass beat, uh,
Mhm.
and the guy disappeared. Is like, okay, it's this candy place. Let me go find it, and like the whole building is fucking gone.
Mhm.
Which is fun. That's a good visual. That's a good like bit. Uh,
Yeah, but yeah, like we see it's crazy, and we end on the tongue coming out. So it's
Yep,
like,
and it's
oh no.
that same little girl who decides to finally have one candy. I
Mhm.
assume these snacks have something in it so that the dude can find them or whatever when they're eating them, and that's another kind of like form of joy. Like, oh, you're sitting down, you're enjoying a delicious snack, and it's like, oh, this is the perfect time to get you for
Yeah.
spice.
Yeah,
Uh,
as someone that has eaten a lot of Costco Madeleines, those things are that good.
there's some good snacks in the world, honestly. But next episode, donuts are incredible. Uh,
Yes.
time for donuts. I
Mm-hmm.
do love the vibe of what we've seen of the donut suits. Uh, Oh man, we're gonna see the fucking candy Gatling cannons on the shoulder. That's gonna be fun
Yeah.
for the finisher. Uh, oh man, I think. Oh man, I don't think we set this up on what to talk about, but other news we got. I don't know if you saw. We've got the toy for cake form.
Yes. Oh my
Cake
god.
Caking Gav, which first of
Yes.
all, caking, great use of like dumb puns. Second of all, like one of the things I know about kind of like Japanese culture is that it's really traditional to get cakes, especially during Christmas time. So I'm like, oh, the timing for this is really good.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get
That
your
Christmas
Christmas
cake.
cake, and it's your Christmas cake form, uh, and he's gonna have big boys. It looks
Yep.
like.
He has his own, and apparently they also get their own. They also get their own power ups as well too, which is great. So he has his own little army of like whip soldiers, I think they're
Yeah, I
called
think
or
they're called
something.
like whips. They're made out of whipped cream. They look really
Mhm.
cute.
Yeah,
Really
man,
excited
I'm
about that.
so excited. And then the other piece of news, which I was super happy for, is that
Jasaris
Jasaris is
too.
coming back. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna need to go back and watch the end of Jasaris 1 because I'm like, oh yeah, that shit was awesome. Those suits were awesome.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? I forgot.
Yeah. Oh man,
Uh,
but yeah, like I'm really excited for more Jasaris. Like like we basically saw him finally die at the end of it, but
but yeah,
he,
we know that's not the end of that.
exactly, and it looks like there's gonna be multiples of them now too, and it looks like they're basically fighting a lot more. So there's a minute long trailer online. If you haven't watched Jasaris in general, I mean, what is it? It's 8 episodes or so.
It's and the episodes themselves are like what, like 5 to 15 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
really
I
short.
think there's like one I think that might have been like 15 minutes, but it's a short, you know, direct to
Mhm.
YouTube series, so it's not a big time investment. It's really fun.
Yeah,
Again, the suits are really nice, and like their
yeah.
designs are cool, and the way they fight in them is really cool.
Exactly, and it stars one of my favorite Toku actors. So
And it
yeah,
stars he's the guy who plays Decade.
yep, yeah,
Uh,
Masahiro Inoue, and I mean I still have my autographed picture of him.
Hell
So
yeah, hell yeah. And
yeah,
I think the
I'm really
only
happy about it.
other last piece of news is, hey, did you hear we're finally going to get the first ever Sentai?
Oh,
I can't believe it's just called number one Sentai Gozuger.
yeah.
Uh,
So
I
yeah,
love
like
all the dumb jokes, especially the SpongeBob one. He was number one.
yeah, and after that, from what people are seeing is because Zhu is there. Everyone's thinking that it's gonna be yet another dinosaur season. But I mean, at the same time, like, what is it? So since Rue Soldier, we've had Zenkaiger, Don Bros, King Oger, and now we're on Boon Boonger. So it's just 5 years ago. I think that's enough time for another dino.
Also, yeah, dinos are kind of like a classic one we get.
Hmm.
Here's the thing: sometimes we kind of repeat themes as long as the theme is not one to one and the stories or something else. Like no one really like
Yeah,
cares, in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, or as we could joke around, like since because they are coming out faster and faster. Like we could do the Pacific Rim meme, like saying, "Oh man, that means in 1 year we might have double dinosaur."
Maybe so. Maybe so. Uh,
But yeah, that's all the news. I mean, honestly, it was actually kind of funny that we skipped a week by accident. So like
yeah,
the
that
fact that
was
we basically have a bunch of news we could talk about right now, and
yeah.
that's the news.
Yep, and it just means
Uh,
that at some point we're gonna go back to 4 episodes per show when Jasar's comes out, and
yep.
we're gonna have to talk fast.
Yeah.
Ultraman. Uh,
Oh man, we get to see some buddies from Blazer, and I'm so happy. Like it's like I wonder if this is actually how for older Ultraman fans feel. Like saying, "Oh my god, that returned!" Like
yep.
I remember I've been asking, like saying, "I wonder if they're gonna come out with any returning with any returning kaiju," and yet somehow they chose a kaiju that I was very familiar with because it was in last season.
Yep. And oh man, I love these shots of like, okay, it's his light is making you see your greatest fear. We
Mhm.
saw that back before in Blazer. I love that we see Shoes greatest fear. First of all, I love the way it's shot.
Hmm.
with him in this dark void and everyone kind of like circling around him, but you can't actually see their faces clearly, except for Yuppie, who's just like that. But you know, you can't see their faces clearly. You can't see the thing. They're all talking about him leaving,
Hmm.
blah blah blah, and it's just like it's like kind of cool seeing that that was his greatest fear, considering he has to go back supposedly at the end of this episode. He's like he has to go
Yeah.
back at the end of today because you know his role within the skip has been it's finished basically.
Yeah, and it's like it's actually like set up pretty sad. Like everyone's like saying, okay, yeah, we have to do this, but oh hey, we have to do this job though. So, like, yeah, so basically they go off. It's actually kind of funny. Like Ishido's wearing a welding mask. Yuma's wearing a pair of very expensive sunglasses.
I love that. Yeah, we get the welding glass. We got like a we have. I love that like Rin just has like a whole fucking umbrella. Like she
Yeah,
didn't have a head covering.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
and then we see, I think it's
it's
their
pretty great.
boss in like the full motorcycle mask, and they're like, "Please don't laugh at us, but please actually just get out of here."
Yeah.
Though actually, it looks like you misremember because I have the episode. It's the boss who's in a welding mask. Ishido was in the like motorcycle helmet.
Oh, okay. I got them both confused because yeah,
Uh,
it's like I thought I saw the person in the suit wearing
yeah,
wearing the welding, but I was
but
wrong.
also, man, we get some good Ultraman shots. I especially fucking love the like shoes and them are about to get like blasted, and so he
Hmm.
like jumps in the way as Ultraman, and you see all the shits like all the hits like hitting his back, and you see Shu just kind of looking up at him like giving him the nod.
Hmm. Yeah, it's yeah like this this episode was great. Like we actually also see like Mogu is still like like disappearing out of just like into intangibly.
Yep. And
Um.
suddenly, out of nowhere, there he is. He has arrived.
Zangyo.
He gives him his sword back. I think it's also kind of funny because he's also got kind of like the little arc pointed head, and it's like, oh, they got matching little heads.
Yeah. But it's all but I mean I also really love this because like like they basically were having a laser fight.
Yep.
It was pretty great. Like it's like it really is very very imaginative. I really love what they do with these shots to like it's very very fun to watch.
Yep.
Like
And something's obviously wrong with him because we see him kind of like take damage. Like, I don't know. The closest thing that that reminds me of is like taking poison damage in a game. He just like stops and it's like, ugh. But I do love that Ark uses the sword to like reflect the light back on it, so it sees its greatest fear
yeah. Oh man,
right
yeah,
before he gets like beamed.
it's so good. Like seeing double sword fight. It's great. I love this.
Yep, and I
Like
fucking love this ending with like Shu deciding, hey, I'm gonna stay after all, but also, you know, call me by my first name. You know, I've been jealous about how close you guys are, and it's like it's super cute.
yeah, because like like it was just last episode that he did reveal that he kind of was being that he was a double agent. So
Yep.
it's like he already was feeling attached despite how friendly he was. Always talking about coffee. Like
Also,
it
he
basically
told them that he could leave the coffee machine behind, and I'm like, that's so cute.
yeah, it's like he basically felt like he was trying to like he was trying to be close but not that close like the entire time. So it's really nice to see him finally break down those walls and actually really be a part of the team now.
And we have our sword boy show up at the end and be like, I've been looking for you. And we know that he's looking for, you know, him as Ultraman, and he knows.
Hmm.
But Shu doesn't know that. So we're
Yeah.
gonna see. I thought that he was gonna say Ultraman, and he didn't. I
Hmm.
thought this was gonna be the like, oh my god, is the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
Uh but yeah, next preview, we have some interdimensional threats to deal with. And you know, some returning kaiju.
Oh man, it's I mean like it's kind of funny too because like we can't even say that it's a budget thing. Like they've just like ultra like I mean we've only really been watching since like we've only started watching since Blazer, but like it's amazing seeing this. Also, I just really love the idea of like all of Skip bowing to Zangil, like
Yeah,
like all proper
there's
like.
some stuff that looks really sick from this trailer. There's
Mhm.
like a scene where you get to see like the black background, him and Zangiel, and they're like facing off and like the fucking cherry blossoms are falling. That looks
Yeah.
fucking awesome. There's a scene where we get to see three Blazars and they're all equipped with the three different armors. And I'm
Yep.
like, okay, awesome. Before we move on, because that's basically the end, I will say I also do like now that they've added the armor into the opening. Looks really
Yes.
sick. We do like a double shot of the ice and fire together. And then we go into the galaxy armor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, oh, it just looks awesome. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the opening updates.
Yep.
Uh,
And talking about the galaxy, oh man, here we
Here
go.
we go. Wild speed.
Oh man, like he-
What do we
he's so
say?
cool.
I mean, he really is. He's got a monkey. I'm a fan of that.
Hmm.
Uh, I love that they're. I love how much of a busybody Sakito is. Where they're like, "We're gonna tell you the story about this. Maybe you
Yeah,
could listen," because he's like, "Oh, Bundi won't," and he just shows up, sits down, and like starts recording.
yeah, yeah. Basically starts translating to Bundi. So like just let him explain himself. Just let him explain himself. But yeah, it's cool that we finally get to see like this yeah, we finally get to see all the stuff like how he went into that like illegal mods and like it really
Dude,
this
one
is
of the
just this
one
is
of the
just straight up a
things.
Fast and Furious like stall plot. I love it.
Here's the thing. The thing that gets to me about this is because that's the thing I've been wondering. Because like, oh, Bundario like got in an accident that made him quit. I'm like, why would that get you barred or quit? Like that just sounds like an accident. I'm like, so there has to be more to the story. I've been waiting for that. We've
Hmm.
kind of known, and it's like, oh hey, a fan gave him illegal mods to put in. So, he gets suspected of cheating, and that's why he gets kicked out of the Federation. And once he's kicked out, he has nowhere to go. And so the fucking Hash aliens basically just pick him up.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, I just love the idea. Like once again, we really love our silly little outfits. Like him with the poncho, just trying to like just go through a dark city in space, like a dark cyberpunk city in space,
yeah, but
like just wearing his poncho.
and he's wearing the poncho, and it gives it also not only like it's the dark cyberpunk city in space, but it's also like, it's like a western. He's off in a
Yeah.
bar, like traveling a lot.
Yeah.
It's very silly. I love putting outfits on top of the suits.
Yeah. And it's just so funny. Like you've seen these two like basically like just drinking in a bar together.
Yeah.
And Wild Speed has a lot of style. Like just like everything he does is with just a little bit of flair.
Yep. But he's got his poncho. He's like, "Why don't you run with me?" And it turns out that fucking Boon Boy is the one who made the fucking Auto Monster technology.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who made the systems. He's the one who did everything, but he didn't realize obviously what it was being used for.
Yeah.
And
And then
team
well,
rallies around him. Everyone's like, "Yeah, of course, we get
but
it."
but but we can't be that happy because like we see Bundy's like saying, oh cool, oh well, you're one of us, Bundoro. We understand. And Bundy's about to run off, and who does he run into but our favorite characters and the person that we hate a lot.
Yeah, I do like this bit of him being used as bait.
Yeah.
Very fun. We get the fucking roll call with Bundario,
Mm-hmm.
which is fucking sick. Glad
Yeah.
he's fighting. Uh, I fucking love the fact that like, people have been like, oh, Sakito doesn't get a jacket, but it's like, bro, Sakito is OP.
Yeah.
the
Yeah, like
jackets,
yeah,
the
yes,
jackets
yes.
help them keep up.
Exactly. Like so yeah, like someone did point out that yeah, like he is 1v1ing while the rest of the team is fighting off all of this at once.
Yep. I do love that the fucking Sense Eaters decide like, you know what, fuck it, we quit, we're out.
Yeah. I love the Sand Cedars so much.
I do too. I hope they survive.
Yeah, like
My
look,
my
we are gonna be saying this for the next we're on episode 35. We are gonna be saying this for at least the next 3 months. I
Yep.
hope the Sand Cedars survive.
My dream for the ending of Boon Boonjer includes the Sense Eaters just getting like regular ass jobs and
Yeah.
just living on Earth somewhere.
Because of how happy this show is, I almost feel like, because like, Wild Speed is kind of like the the jealous boyfriend at this. why do I feel that they're gonna bring him to this side, and he's just gonna be the boss of this? He's still gonna be the boss of the Hishalians, but all the Hishalians are gonna be good guys. Why do I feel like this is gonna happen?
I'm not feeling it. I feel like he's gonna be evil. The fact that it took here's the thing, the fact that it took Bundario like having to fake his death to get out,
Mm.
going for more of like the mob route makes me think that like it's not gonna be that simple. But I
Yeah,
I I wouldn't doubt it. Like if it happened, it would be something like, well, this is something that kind of fits the tone and theme.
yeah,
Uh but also, man, we get to see some more updates to everyone's like champion jackets. We get to see different cars being used. We get to see like the fucking tornado of fire that Boon Pink uses.
yeah. And not only that, I mean, because because he deserves to have the final hit against Disrays. They all can just give the final blow to someone else.
Yep. And so we get the like Gemba gets everyone's like champion jacket upgrade. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Uh man.
And then we finally get to see champion Bundario, and like
I
just like I said, like
Mhm.
I just love that shot. When it's complete, we see the silhouettes, or like basically like the
The silhouettes of like
everyone's
the
form in
helmets. Yeah.
front. Yeah.
Yeah, because all the helmets are coming together. It's
Mhm.
very cute. It's a good vibe. I love that there's fucking two whole ass like different Boom Boonger cars that all they do is split up and become fucking like rocket engine.
Yeah, and also the fact that like it's like he like Boom Moondra, legendary champion, legendary tire formation, and he's standing on top of like a champions podium.
Yep. It's
So
very
good.
sick. Uh
Yeah.
big fan of just the like the way the toys like connect and stuff for this. It's
Hmm.
always been like a good bit. Uh it ends up still being like a pretty good up. It ends up being like a good upgrade, but also like it just works. It looks
Hmm.
cool. I also love a
Yeah.
lot with like the car sentai where like they'll have wheels on like the feet, so you'll get to see them like roll around.
Yep. And it's kind of crazy too, because like despite how bulky this is, like you could actually still like clearly see the undersuit, but like despite all the shoulder pads flopping around and everything else being just super bulky, he's making wide movements and is, I want to say, super agile, but he's moving.
Yeah, he's
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 moving.
he's for certainly like moving a lot more than you'd think he would in the suit. And again, it's another big complicated suit that has like a real suit.
Hmm.
Real good vibes. Uh the fight with this race was cool. I like that it happened on the moon. That was just like a
Hmm.
cool change of pace. I love their little moon set. Uh
Yeah. And
oh
then
man.
the final blow, basically, like just being like just setting up a racetrack to be the champion road. Like, I love that.
It's very cool. It's got really cool vibes. I think it's also really funny that it's like, there go, my cars along the racetrack. And also these lasers for my Gatling shoulder.
Yeah, and
It's
these lasers.
it's like a fucking meme where it's like, and this gun I found.
Yeah.
Where it's like the whole thing is like super
And
thematic,
of course,
but also I'm
Wild
shitting you.
Speed, he's coming to Earth.
Ah man. And we get to see people make up. Yeah, sorry. We get to see the boys make up. We get to see everything, and then it's like we get the like, oops, episode's not over yet. Wild Speed is
Nope.
coming. He's on his way.
Yep. And
He's on his way. One would even say fast and furiously.
but if there's one thing I'm really curious about, though, I mean, it is so actually I'm curious. We still have 12 episodes left. I think we've only been spending maybe about roughly 8 episodes per general, maybe, kind of. Um do you think Wild Speed will actually be the final boss, or do you think it'll be Knight Rider and A Team? Because we
Oh
haven't seen
man.
them
So
in a while.
so I'm not sure. That's because that's a whole thing where we have them as like they're like mass manufacturing Bundorio mechs. Uh and so it could be anything. It could be that we're about to get this like final arc and then we have like a mini arc at the end that's them.
Hmm.
I don't know if you I think I sent it to you. The fucking posters for this next arc look depressing.
Oh my god, they are so
And
depressing.
so all I can think of is it might just be like an extra long arc because we're gonna have to deal with both of them at once.
Yeah. But yeah, like we are in the final lap. Like holy crap.
And hey, look, we got a new girl who likes working with Mira, and we have two Boom Pinks.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see this. Like holy crap, I love
What is,
this.
yeah, I'm like, I just want to know, like, what does this mean? But
Yeah.
speaking about Night Rider, we also get to see Sakito and Genba at the ISA talking to one of the big wigs with the lady
Mhm.
there. So something's going on. Shashi's going on. Uh, I'm very excited
Oh,
about this double pink.
and not only that, I'm getting something I want, as which is what we all know, a helmetless shot.
We're getting some helmetless shot. Oh, and you know what? I actually forgot about this. This is Boon Boonjer stuff, but it's Boon Boonjer news. I don't know if you saw. We're getting the Boon Boonjer manga.
Wait, oh what?
Yeah, have you not seen that?
No, I did not.
We're getting a Boon Boonjer manga, and I know at the very least some of the images I've seen have been talking about how when like Taya first hires Chashiro and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh
yeah,
man.
we got a Boon Boonjer manga to read at some point. I know we got like a webtoon ish one for King Oger, and
Yeah.
for that one, it was basically just kind of like a recap for the most part.
Yeah, like that. Like, that's why I fell off of it. I'm like, it's just a recap. I'm not gonna read this.
But I
Also,
think,
yeah.
mhm.
Also, like I remember, like now that we're talking about like the final lap poster. I mean, there's like it's one of those things where we're gonna be complaining, kind of like we did for Gotchard. But like there is a pop of color in Boon Boonger's like final lap poster. There's a pink pendant, and apparently it is from a character from Nicola, which is from the Boon Boonger movie.
Oh God, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we have one of these moments again. Kind of like what
Speaking
happened with
of
King Oger. Like,
soon, and I think in a couple days, we get Daybreak.
oh
Because I
yes.
think that comes out for us. Today we're recording on the 8th, right before this goes out. And I think
Mhm.
we got Daybreak on like the 16th or something. So
Ooh, yes.
super, super looking forward to that. Hopefully with the Boon Boonja movie soon.
Yep.
And I had to look it up, and just so we're clear, this is a Boon Boonja prequel manga
Oh,
that is called Formation Lap that takes place basically when it's just Taya and Chashiro.
sorry.
So
I'm just like smiling. I'm like, because I mean, because even we can see it. Like, there is way too much chemistry with those two.
look, they're good. I like them. Okay, I like them a lot. But with that, we will talk to you guys next week.
Yeah, I have been DJ Azure.
I've been. Oh my God, we never. I've been Sleepy Witch, and we'll see you later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.